Day 6, day 6. Hello, Katie. You are indeed first. So there's some boat races going on here. I get a sheet of paper that lists the time allowed for each race and also the best distance ever recorded in that race. I need to make sure I go further than the current record holder. So far, so good. Okay, toy boats, button on top. Holding down the button charges the boat, and releasing the button allows the boat to move. Boats move faster if their button was held longer, but the time spent holding the button counts against the total race time. You can only hold the button at the start of the race, and boats don't move until the button is released. So you have to optimize the amount of charge you can get in the time given, but allow yourself enough time to beat the distance. Yeah. Pretty much exactly. Oh, really? Exactly. This document describes 3 races. First is 7, and distance is 9. Starts at 0, 1 millimeter per millisecond. Okay, I have 7 options. So how many options do I have in case of these? 34, 90, 89, 86. So brute force doesn't sound bad in this case. Plus the puzzle input this time is really nice. Looks easy to parse. Oh, what limits? I mean, you have what limits? There's a time limit. You have to get the max amount of distance in that time. Or well, you have to beat the record holder. And You can beat the record holder in a number of ways, so you need to find all of the ways. Or you can't hold for less than 4 milliseconds. Oh no, I can, technically. It's just that if I do, I don't win. It's like if I hold it for 4 milliseconds, then I never get to the finish. And you can't spam no's NX times. What no's am I spamming? Oh, okay. Yeah, more than. I mean, it's just that you have to beat the record and get to the finish. Just 2 limits, really. But I think I'm just going to brute force it. That seems easiest. There's probably some mathematical way of finding like the... There's probably some mathematical way of finding like the smallest amount that could win, the largest amount that could get to the finish, and you could then take the diff. But there's so few numbers here that I think it's not going to be a problem. It's probably going to be a problem in the second part, though. But we'll cross that bridge when we cross it. Let's also push the day 5 stuff. If you were near your laptop, you'd be using Excel. Hmm. I mean, if you have experience with Excel, that's pretty much coding. Like Excel pretty much is a proper programming language. I'm not sure how I do it with Excel. Like the conversion from time held to distance is pretty easy. Or maybe it isn't easy. Yeah. If you looked at something like the stuff that CloseScript does, it's like even closer to Excel, I think. Like it's mostly doing some SQL magic. And that looks a lot like Excel functions, although Excel probably is even like more of a programming language than SQL is. I think the color is a bit too green for my taste. More of a yellow kind of guy. something mild yellow. Oh, this looks better. So this time, let's imagine that the example input is already formatted data rather than a string. So I can get to solving the problem faster rather than spending 2 hours on parsing. The first number is time. And there's our example. So then we need a function that calculates the distance based on time held. So calc, let's delete this sample source. I'm not sure why that's here. Nine minus 7 divided by 7. It might be. I was thinking about the mathematical way of figuring that out, but then I realized I'm too dumb to do that. But let's see. Rock REPL. So what is 9 minus 7 divided by 7? Hmm. Is there a num dot divide? Yes. But I will try out your idea. Let's take a calculator. 9 minus 7 divided by 7. Yeah, it would be an equation. I'm not sure it's this equation, but it's probably also an equation to get like the, well, it's speed multiplied by time. So that is an equation I can do. Anyway, so that's held time that's quite hold and dist to beat. What's today's giveaway? Man, I have nothing. A 100 push-ups. I'm just here to do a chill advent of codes. Like 100 push-ups. Fine. Fine. Okay. I mean, that's just the first part. That may be fine. Timer. Oh. That was a loud one. 3. What's an hour? 3,600. But let's do minutes then. 120. Oh, there's an hours click here. Clickety clack. 2 hours. 2 hours and counting down. What solutions? What drop down? Solving problems where I could just ask ChatGPT to solve it for me. So guess I would just want to loop through everything. A forehead cam. They do indeed. I was nobody until I put the glasses on. So was it the sum? Also, does my counter reset for the second part? But it's list multiply. I'm not sure there's a function for that in the standard. Maybe they're VR goggles, and that's how he's so good at Pugurga. Might be. Yes! Well, then I have a chance. Although I would prefer if I didn't have to spend another 4 hours. Because, man, this takes a lot of time out of my day. So I do have a job as well. So list mul. No, multiply. So fold. Do you feel like you're getting smarter? More skilled at this specific stuff, at this specific language. I can put the fact that I have streamed on my CV, I think. And people, other programmers who do Advent code might see on my GitHub page that I've done Advent code, so that might be a benefit to looking for a job. Start with 1 because I'm multiplying, right? Although, could it be 0? If there's 0 ways that I could win, is the answer just 0? Is the answer just 0? Could it be 0? Probably not. What if chatters were swearing in your stream or dropping slurs? Well, I already have xenophobic folk running around dissing Australians, so luckily the streams go away in 7 days, so you can have the fact that you've done something, but not the actual thing. So I'll just start with 1, see what happens. I'll add a comment, some commentation. If you shut your laptop really fast, then it stops existing. What does? Australia? And also, look, I'm adding a commentation. What was I trying to say? If it's not supposed to be 1, do something. Maybe a bug. Maybe I am getting smarter. So, list.map, take our input, unwrap it, time, dist. Well, actually, you are in luck, because I believe that Excel supports JavaScript. And because I'm in Spain, I'm getting all the answers in Spain, but technically, I believe Microsoft added JavaScript support to Excel. So then, because Elm compiles to JavaScript, you could use Elm in Excel, which is a very similar language to this one. Informazione. General de API de JavaScript de Excel. Más información sobre. I'm getting good at this Spanish thing. I want to loop through numbers from 1 to something. How do I loop through numbers? Just recursion, I guess. So, loopity-loop takes in a number, takes in the time and the dist, this is time held, I'll reverse the arguments for convenience, I think, I'm not sure. So, time held, time and dist. So, time held, or time minus time held, is the amount of time we have to travel. Travel time and the dist is going to be, what's our speed? Our speed is time held. I think. So, time held times travel time. If that's larger than dist, then let's add an accumulator here as well. State plus 1. Else 0. No, state. Let's put this here, inline it. So if time held is smaller than time, then we do this stuff. Else state, and also here we start looping. Loopy loop, state, time dist, time held, plus 1. Do the same thing here, except for state plus 1. And I believe we are very close to the solution. So loopity loop. Start with 0, time dist, time held 1. Okay. Let's see what that does. I'll delete this expect. Rock, day 5. No, today is day 6. Just a minute ago it was bright, like your future, and now it's dark, like your future. That's how life goes. From light into light we are born, and into the darkness we go. Or some shit like that. Loopy-loop is all lower cases, so we all have ups and downs. It's like the Pokemon game, black and white. Is that not a Michael Jackson quote? What Pokemon game? You mean red and blue? Or maybe it was about black and white for you, I don't know. Am I gonna regret Googling that? Oh, it is real. Hmm. And yet you know all their obscure game names. Lowest lock number string. That doesn't exist. And never has. Result. Oh, come on, man. Result. What is this then? How is there nothing called result in the scope? Oh, the argument has an unexpected type. Oh, yeah. And the sum isn't supposed to exist, so num2 stir. 288. So that is absolutely correct. Let's go. So I'll just hard code these as well. You only know it because you know that you like the God game. Black and White 2, and anytime I start talking about it, people think I'm talking about Pokemon. And I've so had it with people thinking that Pokemon is the center of the world, and that everything has to do with Pokemon, and Pokemon doesn't own the words black and white, or red and blue, and yellow and purple. Or okay, that's brave of you to say. Speak your truth, King. 89. All right, let's make this stream a bit more Zoomer friendly. Let's have that in some corner. Not sure. Need a like a GIF program or GIF, whatever you prefer. Hard base. Sure, we can. Does that show? Can't really see anything that's in the chat, but yeah, you're a genius. Save image. Add existing. Oh, nope. Heck yeah. Is that a good spot? That's a good spot. Now this looks professional. Oh, timers on screen, all kinds of shit. Heck yeah. So this is 1, 2, 10. 1, 7, 80. Delete these. This is no longer example. And we probably have our answer. Yes. So part 2. I'm gonna take a quick look at part 2, maybe take a little bit of a break, and then continue. So let's restart that, I guess. Do you have BRB screen? I have this one, but since I resized things, oh wait, that worked. Oh, yeah, I don't know the controls. But yeah, I need a new one now that I'm in a different location. If I lose and have to do push-ups, maybe loop that. Might be a good one. Oh, yeah, hard base. I almost forgot. Sure, send me notifications. Heats in Russian. So what's the top hard base? That goes pretty hard. Okay, Blyatman. Blyatman coming up. КамАЗ. Давай! DJ, блядь! So, race is about to start. Okay, so the paper has bad kerning, that's like letter spacing. Yeah, I know my fonts. Yeah, there always is. You think you're done, and you just ain't. Life goes on. Only one race. Okay, so that's where brute force is gonna not be great, possibly. But to be fair, it still looks like very few numbers. So let's just try putting it all together. And maybe we're done. Oh, the example input was the short one, so this one is quite a bit longer. Although still looks like nowhere near yesterday's numbers. This looks totally reasonable. So, hey, Reggie. I forgot how to say numbers. 1660. So yeah, that's why the long pause. So where did my DJ Blyat go? Let's take the second one and create a station. Russian Village Boys. So that went super fast. Does that mean it's wrong? Ah, what a quick one. That's like total, what, 20, 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. Yeah, I'm happy there was a breather. That's pretty good. Easy peasy. Brute force. Suka, bled. All right, see you all tomorrow.